What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Anthony.
Nathan.
Nicholas.
And this is the Mouth of BabeZ podcast. Why did you take so long to get your name out?
I was copying you. I thought you were going to say it.
Okay. Well, anyways, this is our 10th episode.
Wait, how many is that?
That's one more than 9.
No way! Hey, mama, we out here.
We made it. So here's the thing.
We have to say mama, though. We can't.
Here's the thing, mama. We promised 4 things.
I'm not referring to our viewers as mama. That's done. Anyway.
Whatever.
We promised 4 things.
Daddy.
Okay? Stop. We promised 4 things. First of which, we promised fireworks.
Of course.
Are you kidding me? Are you looking around right now?
We're...
The-
Oh! Fireworks everywhere.
You didn't.
Everywhere.
The button. They're gone already. Whatever.
Oh.
Jeez.
It was
Secondly,
a remote trigger.
we promised fire, and we really asked Nathan to take care of this, so...
That's not a lot of fire.
That's my best, though. That's
We
all
got
you
it.
get.
We said fire! Oh my god, it hurts, Ray! Turn it off!
And then we also promised me, also fire. But, most importantly, boys,
Easy.
Easy,
we
number
promised no Elijah.
Oh my gosh,
Are you
it's
kidding
so
me?
nice.
No Elijah. We have all this room. It's the true babes here.
Real
I mean,
babes.
come on.
Real babe hours.
Now, here's the thing.
Babes only.
For the rest of this episode, we're gonna talk really exciting things. We took a long time to
This
figure out
is a pretty special episode.
this episode. We took maybe, how many days is it?
12? 13?
Maybe about 5 minutes to come up with topics.
Yeah,
and
that sounds about
whatnot.
right.
And
No way, it was 5 minutes. It was way shorter than that.
what do you mean?
It was probably like...
Wait, did you guys hear that?
I told
I
you
was-
to go
what-
silence.
I was
is
in the
that?
middle of talking. I can't do more than one thing.
What'd you guys do?
Probably some air draft or something.
Air draft?
Yeah. What's going on?
What the...
What's up, guys? Anthony
Nathan.
Elijah? It's Nick.
and hey, glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad glad you could really make it to our 10th episode
Bro,
special.
I'm actually so excited to be here.
Yeah, so are
I'm
we.
glad you actually managed to make it.
I've never seen the side of this table before.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah.
All 4 of us.
Episode 10, by the way. Woo! A lot of cool stuff in store.
Heck
Wait.
yeah.
Elijah's
How
here.
many is that?
One more than 9. We discussed this.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Anyway,
Are we not doing the script this time? I memorized my lines and everything.
we're going to do your topic, though.
We could do my topic if you want, I guess.
Of course, we're doing topic.
All right, you know what time it is.
It's
It's
the
W
L of the week.
of the year.
ding-ding-ding.
L of the week.
So last time we checked in with you guys,
It's because he knows the shoes he wants.
I was trying to buy shoes, and guess what I did? I bought 2 pairs of shoes.
No
Yes,
way.
Yes, I did. Oh. The
Oh.
Yeshel or Yeshel. The Yehel.
Yehel.
Yeah, Kyle.
Reflectives came out, and
Hey,
I managed to get.
chill.
Stop it!
No, hey,
Can we
you're
get
Italian.
Can we get
You're right.
the
Wait, that's
picture?
isn't that just as
Can we
Ding, ding,
stop
ding, ding.
trying to avoid the picture?
I got a size 4.5 and 6.5, and currently they're at Flight Club selling. So if you want to buy them, go buy them. If you got $5,000,
Yeah, waste your $5,000.
That's what we're selling them for. So
Size what? 4.5.
size 4.5. Not even joking though. Go buy them. Those were the big 2 shoes we got. I didn't
Yeah.
go for a lot of other shoes to be honest. Actually, I tried to go for the off-white Dunks.
Well, we got the Israels,
Didn't get them.
the green ones.
Nicholas accidentally got these.
Picture. Yeah, they're
I
returned.
don't even know if you want to waste your time with that. I got a personal pair of the Yechels. Still dead stock, so I can still sell them if I want. But,
Yeah.
went for the off-white Dunks. Didn't get them.
Ooh.
Off-white's website is
Very sad time.
It's such hot garbage. Went for the Azales. Didn't get them. Really limited release. Did not go for the ray guns as much as I should have.
Ray guns were cool shoes
The-
for SB Dunks.
I don't think we've shown them yet. So picture
guns.
ray gun it up there. I guess. Pew, revive me. I have a ray gun.
Revive, please.
I tried a little bit, but not like too hard. Didn't get them. So I thought we should go on to the next month of releases.
Decade.
The next decade of releases.
Wowzers.
We're gonna go over 10 years. Give me a second. I'm tearing up. It's so emotional. Actually, I burped.
Yo,
But
what's going on?
Yeah, you did. Every episode. That's a special.
but here's the thing. None of these have like legitimate release dates yet, so we're not too sure. But here's the general idea of what's releasing that I'm gonna go after.
So you would say this is some hyped releases confirmed next year, but not for sure when.
Well, I'm gonna try to talk about January.
Oh, okay.
But no, you know what? They're not confirmed yet, so I'm just going to talk about the most hyped confirmed releases, or pretty much confirmed. So we have the Off-White Jordan 1s, the yellow ones, which are probably some of the most, which we talked about in our Thanksgiving episode, and Raymond put the wrong picture, but I never sent it to him, so it's not technically
It's
his
Ray's fault.
His or her fault. We don't want to assume.
Stop trying to defend him, dude. I'm sick of Ray. He sits there, does nothing the entire time.
After that, breaking news, basically as of yesterday, whenever you see this video, I'm breaking it first for most of you because none of you care about shoes. The Travis Scott SB Dunks are coming out in 2020, apparently.
Wait. Travis Scott is getting another shoe?
Yes.
Another hot garbage shoe.
No, the SB Dunks look fantastic. If they're the ones he's wearing in his video, they're great. He has another pair of shoes, the Nike React Elements 720s.
Hot garbage.
Or maybe two.
Put a picture of hot garbage.
Yeah.
And by the hot garbage, I
just
mean
like-
the shoes.
We'll put the shoe up,
I thought you
but
meant like a
they are
steaming
hot
bag
garbage. No, they might as well be. Not a lot of people like them, but they have Travis Scott attached to them, so they're probably still
They'll
going to
still
sell out.
Yeah. Those things are mad ugly. It's insane.
They are so ugly. The Jordan 4 Black Cat is coming out probably in January, so I can tell you that one. That's right there. The Jordan 1 New Beginning pack is coming out. Another picture, it's kind of rapid fire. You can give me your opinions in the comments though, and I mean that. I really like opinions on shoes. Unless they're bad opinions, then don't even bother. The
Ray's not even
Metcons-
wearing shoes. He tried to point down like
The
he was wearing
Metcons.
shoes. Forgot he lost a toe in the
Not all
cold.
of us in the alleyway can wear shoes.
Mine got stolen by Nicholas.
Idiot.
I'm rich. I got shoes.
What else is coming out?
Just saying.
Top of my head. The SB Dunk Valentines are coming out on Valentine's Day probably.
Aww. What color?
They're pink
Yeah, that's
and
what I
red
thought.
and silver. But
Very
they have
creative,
roses
Nike.
all over it. Oh, and there's gonna be some new Supreme SB Dunks probably, Dunk Lows. Not that that means anything. But
No, I don't care at all.
Supreme collaboration. Supreme.
It's gonna
Fab
be
with Nike.
$300.
No, their SB Dunks will probably be like 130, 150 maybe.
Who's releasing it?
Supreme?
Nike or Supreme? I was gonna say
Supreme.
is Nike or Supreme releasing?
It'll be like 150 probably.
yeah.
So those are the most hype releases coming out. There's a lot of Kyrie's coming out, but those aren't really worth money, so we don't really go for them. Some of them are, but whatever.
So, but what was your number one shoe of last year?
These
Because we
shoe-
never discussed
That's
that.
true. So there's a contention right now in the community that the Sakai Waffle Racer should be shoe of the year, or the Travis Scott Jordan 1. And then mainly like right behind that is nothing relevant.
The
because those
the
are
Yeezy
two-
700
Which one?
V3 is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, people think the V3, but I don't think so. And then the aliens are in like the running too, technically, but they're not.
Theirs are cool.
What?
I don't know what I said.
Shoe of the year, number one. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. You were not on the Nike sneakers app when it happened. Is the Travis Scott Jordan 1.
And Nathan's wrong.
Picture?
Of Nathan being wrong, sure.
No, of the Jordan 1. Why am I wrong? What shoe is better?
What shoe is better?
Name one.
Okay. So number one, the Jordan 1, Travis Scott. Actually, almost zero creativity. It's a brown shoe with a backwards swoosh.
It's the Jordan 1. He can't make
literally
a,
all they did.
He can't
Yeah,
make
but
a new
that's
shoe.
Literally all they did.
It's a
If
collaboration.
you want me, the Sakai is way better.
The Sakai is two shoes fused together
Yeah.
with bad material and bad quality control.
Yo, go off.
I actually wanted the Sakai's so badly. You can ask Nicholas. I looked up so many different websites, was trying to get... This is before I knew they were worth money. Because Sakai is kind of a new brand to the Nike collaborations. I wanted them so badly. Saw them in person. They are so garbage.
Yeah, they look ugly.
The stitching is bad. They're okay. They just need better to make them better. The Blazers are ugly though, 100%.
So it's like Nicholas's Tefras.
Nicholas's Tefras are ugly. Yes.
Ugly.
So that was sneaker of the year for me. Sneaker of the decade, though, is the Off-White Chicago ones. It belongs to both Jordans. What do you
You're
think?
so wrong. Shoe of the decade?
Decade. The
Easily-
Turtle Doves?
Easily the Easy 350.
No.
Easily.
No, the 350s.
The only brand that can compete
No,
with Jordan.
you should have said anything. If anything, you should have said that the Wave Runners were shoe of the decade.
Any of the Easy lines, they're the only shoes that can compete with Jordan.
You're
Jordan's
right.
been around since how long?
You're right. No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but that doesn't make it shoe of the decade.
It does.
The
It is.
Off-White Chicago ones got streetwear and sneakers together.
It's either the Yeezy 350 V2 Bread.
No, you don't go by popularity. You go by like innovation. If you're gonna argue a
Then it's the
350,
Pirate Box. Then it's the Pirate Box.
no. If you're gonna
Or the
argue
Turtle
a
Doves.
Yeezy, you say the 700 Wave Runners, but because before those happened, other shoe companies did not have big dad shoes. They had normal, regular
New
shoes.
Balance always been killing the dad shoe game.
Okay, but New
Yeah,
Balance
that's right.
didn't have any designer like aspect to it. It was literally just a piece of cloth with a big
you're
old
true. No, it's right.
N for no on the front of it.
So what you're saying is
And
you
for-
agree with me.
no?
The Yeezy 700 is way better.
No, I think this Off-White Chicago ones are sneaker of the decade.
Doesn't even do anything with it. Takes a red Jordan and puts an orange sticker on it.
It's just the cultural impact from it.
Of
I
what?
thought we
I-
were going off of innovation, not cultural impact.
Cultural impact is an innovation.
Yeah. Especially for a shoe.
Yeah.
But
How did it impact culture? I'm sitting back and not.
Did you know what Off-White was
Yeah, I knew what off-white.
no, before
before the Jordan one?
Yeah.
you did
Okay.
not.
Yes, I did.
Literally no one knew of it. It was a French street brand.
It's Italian.
Wait,
Yeah,
before.
Italian,
wait,
sorry.
before they.
I forgot. He did his fashion show in Paris recently. That's what. Before they did the Jordan 1, it was pretty much a no
The
name.
Jordan one.
It was
ever?
pretty much
Or the off-white Jordan.
The
one?
off-white Jordan 1.
No, I knew about off-white before the off-white Jordan. When did the off-white Jordan one come out?
when did you know about Off-White?
When?
Yeah. How many years ago?
My freshman year of high school.
So 3 years ago?
Yes.
He's been in business for 3 years. So you probably did know about Off-White. Wow. Now, I'm going to be honest.
Wowzers.
95% of people did not know about Off-White.
That's pretty cool, man.
What'd you know about their hoodies?
The belt. A kid had one of their belts.
Most faked item in streetwear culture, by the way, the Off-White belt or Gucci shoes, one of those two, and also Yeezys. Off-White Chicago one, shoe of the decade, or the 700 Wave Runners if I have to choose something other than Nike. But Nicholas is wrong in that case. But that's it. That's my sneaker talk for the wrap up of last
And if
decade.
you ask Anthony, it was probably a pair of Vans.
White.
It was
All
definitely these pair of Nikes.
The,
that I wore.
Tried
I
and
don't know if you
true.
can see it. Want me to take it off?
No, those are.
If you want to
Please
get
keep your
into
shoes
keep
on
your
because
shoes
your
with
feet
me,
I don't
stink.
wanna
hit me
smell
up.
Now I can't get it back on.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm good.
You having
Okay.
a hard time?
And that was L of the week.
L of the decade.
I'm good.
So what do we want to talk about next? We want to go to you, Anthony? We want to go to me?
Let's go to me. Why not? Now, this, I didn't study too much. Mainly because I don't care. But as resident gamer,
Women's rights.
That's not a gamer thing.
Well, I care about them. Anthony said he doesn't care, so that's the only thing I
Gamers
can.
definitely don't care.
That's
about
the
women's
only thing I
rights.
can
you're
guess.
so right. Totally. It's the new Xbox that is coming out. This
Same-
is the
same
Xbox
thing.
Series X.
X.
Series X. And it is supposed to come out 2020 holiday season. So
November. Probably November.
I think
holiday season.
I think
So,
what's
Maybe it's
ugly-
October.
Who knows? It's gonna be in holiday
9/11 is
season
in
now.
September, so that's a
Okay, I
holiday.
hate you so much.
That's a holiday. is it
You're
not?
terrible at holidays.
Okay.
So a couple of
There's only one place that
major-
celebrates 9/11.
Couple of major specs. Not everyone understands this. I don't even understand.
I do.
Nicholas understands. Wow, that
Computer
was loud.
geek.
I understand a little bit.
E equals
Literal
MC
nerd.
squared.
Literal
Nerd.
attempt to be a nerd.
Skater boy.
Irrelevant. Skater boy.
More like just boy.
See you later, boy. So, custom design processor from AMD making use of Zen 2 and Navi architecture.
Yawn.
Would you go ahead and expand on that a little bit?
So first off, every console gets a custom build processor. So custom build. Ooh.
So dope.
But no, it is cool actually because this allows so that what they were talking about. Well, this was mostly PlayStation, but it affects the Xbox too because while people say they're not the same processors, they're very close. Obviously, people aren't sharing details and stuff like that, but when you pull hardware apart and look at stuff, it's AMD working with Xbox and AMD working with PS4. They're not going to go to Xbox and go, ooh, we have this really nice thing, and then they're not going to go to PS4 and go, yeah, this is the best we could do.
Well, they might if they get more money.
But it will be slightly. It won't be huge in a sense.
Yeah, you're right.
But what helps with this is you're able to get a lot more elements in games now. So, for instance, I mean, we've seen stuff in games where, like, particles are insane now. Ray tracing is a huge thing. Getting to 4K. Xbox is coming out with a game in 8K, which is insane.
Potential 8K.
Because no one... Well, the games can run up to potential 8K, but they've already confirmed Hellblade's coming out in 8K.
Whoa.
Now, no one can run 8K.
HE double hockey sticks blade. Okay?
Yeah,
Family-friendly stream.
What the HE
Podcast thing. Not a stream.
But...
So with all that to say, nerd, is we got about twice as powerful as the Xbox One X
That's a lot of power.
of a console.
It's actually pretty insane what these consoles can do.
One thing that we had talked about previously was that you have the ability to run 2 separate games at once without having to suspend the other application or game, which great. Like, wow, that's a great thing.
Wow.
It is.
As far as like the hardware on the inside, it's like, wow, you can run 2 games, literally go, you know what? I'm gonna pause this one for a little bit right where it's at. Go to my other game, play this for God knows what reason. And then you know what?
Only God.
Hey,
No, you don't understand.
Wow.
I'm gonna go right back to this game.
Think about it this way.
Because who does that, right?
Imagine I'm playing Red Dead 2, Game of the Year,
Imagine.
every year. Red Dead 2. Imagine I'm playing Red Dead 2.
Trash.
All of a sudden Ray says, hey, you want to play Destiny with me? And I go,
Fine,
yeah, I haven't
Destiny.
talked to Ray in a while. I'll turn on Destiny. I turn it on for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, God, why am I playing Destiny? This game is trash.
Does he answer back?
The people in here are actual virgin losers. Like, they lost their
Aren't you a
virgins.
virgin loser?
No, they lost their virgins. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going back to Red Dead. Instead of me having to close the game and then reload Red Dead, I can just get right back onto my horse. You know what I mean?
Because you know what's so crazy is how hard it is for you to just hit X to close application and go right back to it and reload it for the minute that it takes to go back on.
No, you don't understand. I'm back on my horse immediately.
Yeah.
Me and my horse are, and that's the name of my horse, by the way. It's my horse. Are riding into the sunset, pausing, going to talk trash about Destiny to Ray, then going right back into the sunset. No loading screens. Supposedly.
So it helps people like Nicholas who hate people like Ray and their
Not people like Ray, just Ray. Let's make that very clear.
Well, I'm not too
And
sure that
Ray's
he likes
virgins.
Elijah anyway.
True.
Oh,
Anyway, what were you saying about the
I'm not
Xbox?
used to him being here. It is capable of running games at 120 hertz frame rate.
Oh my.
Ready?
That's actually
That's actually so
That's
nice.
clean.
so nice.
Clean, baby.
Silky, smooth.
Butter.
That would
Butter.
be so nice.
Imagine,
But-
I load up Destiny and I can quit. And then silky smooth quitting.
When you bring up that pause menu.
Oh, Lord.
But no one's gonna run it. People are gonna run it 100 hertz, but it's gonna look like trash because people are gonna be struggling to get it to 60 frames.
It's
still.
because their monitors aren't going to be 120 hertz anyway.
Yeah, that's true,
144,
actually.
baby.
120 hertz is expensive.
It is.
Like you gotta drop some money. What is it like? How much your monitor cost?
Joe is
My
expensive.
monitor, $330.
Yeah, $330.
Joe Mama.
Thanks, Nathan.
Good one, bud. So we talked about potential 8K resolutions. Potential.
I have the potential of running a 4-minute mile too. When we talk about potential.
Yeah.
Ray tracing technology. It will.
Yeah, you just need to do it quick. Yeah.
Which
Done.
is why it's such a
Just
tiny-
mute it right there if anything.
We know too much. SSD storage system.
Nice.
That's insane.
That's very good.
Expand on that because I legit don't know that.
Okay, so we're
Makes your
PS4
computer
guys.
run faster.
We're PS4 guys. No. Listen, we're PS4 guys.
Right.
So whenever we download an update and it's copying to the hard drive,
It's.
how long did it take? We play the new COD. How long does it take?
Can I? Because
Bro.
I downloaded the whole new game, like with all the updates.
No, you didn't
Let
copy.
me have a minute
Because
right here.
when you recopy, like it.
No, but I have an external hard drive, So it copies it all onto that.
That's not the point, though.
It took me about
So it's the same thing.
an hour and a half
No, but
just
this
to
is just an
download the update, right?
A 3 gig update.
A 3 gig update. And I went, oh my gosh, I have to wait this long. All right, bet. I make myself a lasagna that takes about an hour to make. Munch on that, watch a little bit of TV, come back on to see, oh, I have legit like perfectly a minute left. I wait for it. Boom, it's done. Let's go. Wait, we're copying? Oh, dear God.
And it was all.
And I sat there copying for a whole nother 2 hours.
Yeah.
2
PS4.
hours.
You honestly.
That is the worst part
Sony
about my
screwed up
PlayStation.
so hard with this,
Hard.
and they do it to save
Hate
to
it.
make sure your game file doesn't corrupt. They literally recopy the entire game.
Is that what it's for?
That's what it literally
And
does.
yet it still corrupts.
Yeah, it's
You'll
still
be in the
corrupts.
middle of a game and it's still just, oh, I got a blue screen.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm
Yeah,
out.
it's insane. But
do you
with
get that?
SSDs, you'll get
Got that.
It doesn't
literally
happen all the time.
what is it
but
like an eighth? It's literally it's extremely fast. SSDs are a godsend for gaming.
Wow. Well, then that's beautiful. This
Nicholas, you're very passionate about this one.
Yeah, you
I am.
really are. Wow.
I
A
am.
godsend for gamers.
I told you I'm
Gamers
a
rise.
tech guy. Dude.
I can talk to girls at eighth of the speed. Or eighth of the
Yeah, because I'm slow.
Sticking out of
Talking
your
to
nose,
girls.
trying to make fun of
Because
someone
you're
else.
just slow.
I can't see that on the camera.
It's terrifying how bright it is in front of me. Anyway, compatible with Xbox One accessories. I guess
Yawn.
that's cool. Physical disc drive.
Yawn.
Yawn.
Until they come out with the one without the disk drive.
Thank God, dude.
It's just going to be a very fast console. It's going to look great. Hopefully it'll sound great in terms
Speed.
of not literally going.
Yeah. You know, I was so happy
are insane.
when I could say I became a owner of a private jet, and then I realized I didn't. I just bought a PS4.
You know?
That's what happened.
Those fans are insane.
It really is. It's actually
Like if you're playing a video game like the
Not
new
like
Modern
our
Warfare,
fans.
the new Modern Warfare, you have to do what's called sound whoring. It's like that's the term. I don't know what else to call it. You basically are
Spell that
only-
out. No, I was joking. Don't.
You're basically just listening the entire time, and it's cool because it's like, all right, I'm grinding, I'm listening. I got this good headset, and then all of a sudden your PlayStation just starts to, and you're like, oh my god, I can't hear anything. You literally just want to chuck the PlayStation, but you know it's cool.
Oh, were you talking anything? I couldn't hear you over my PS4. Sorry. No, it's legit bad, Ray. It's bad, Ray. What? You
know
don't
what else is
own
bad?
anything, Ray? You sleep in that box over there.
God, you know what else is pretty bad though?
That's a whole $1.
It's
box.
been how many episodes now?
And Red
At
Bull.
least we're on Chasing the Bag episode 9.
Hey, can we
Not
can we
plus
let
Plus one.
No,
Nathan, can we
'cause
let
didn't
Elijah take
Chase
this
the
one?
Bag episode 1. Yeah,
right.
Let's let him try.
Elijah, you take it.
You beg. We've tried. They don't listen to us.
Red Bull doesn't care.
Maybe they miss
It
you.
has been 10 whole episodes.
No, 9. We didn't ask the first
'Cause
episode.
That's true. Also, this one's not technically out yet, but it has been 9 whole episodes, and Red Bull has still not sponsored us. Still not. I don't know what you're waiting for, Red Bull. Honestly, we're the full package when it comes to sponsorships. You know, we just get 100,000 every 6 months. You know, nothing big.
Why would we lowball like that?
Oh yeah, 500,000 every 6 months. And,
6 minutes.
Honestly, this is gonna take your advertising game to the next level. Everybody will know about Red Bull when you
Yeah.
sponsor us.
Who knows about Red Bull? No one.
Nobody does except for us. That's why you need us, Red Bull. So please.
Nathan
Hashtag
drinks
Red
an
Bull
unhealthy
sponsors.
amount of Red Bulls every single day. And it's horrible because this man has gone into the hospital twice
For
on
kidney
account
stones,
of possible appendicitis.
I think he's stuck right now. I think he's freezing up right now.
Are
Is
you
it on
okay?
your left or your right?
Just hit
My
him.
appendix
I'll
is on
sock it
my
out
right.
real quick.
Oh, it's on his right.
All right, flip
No.
over real quick.
Wait, I'm good though. I'm talking to you right now.
Oh,
Are you sure?
nah, just hit him.
Should I do it just in case?
It's not the real Nathan.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
No, I was joking. These guys say I make bad choices when it comes to my drinks, but they're friends with me, so.
Yeah.
Act
So
like-
hashtag Red Bull sponsor
Red Bull
us,
sponsor us.
please.
You need to start yelling at them. Red Bull, if you don't sponsor us, it's gonna get actual predatory. We're gonna start threatening you.
I'm
We're
going
gonna
to
go to your
protest.
headquarters. Mark my
I will
words.
protest.
The U.S. headquarters.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not based in the.
I know. What are they in like?
In Santa
Australia?
Monica, maybe?
In Dubai.
Ooh. Google Maps works. Red Bull.
Wowzers.
Hey, you're probably wondering how we got in this position. It turns out we're gonna do my bit next. So, being as this is our 10th episode, Nathan, can you look at me while I'm talking to you?
What?
I thought it would be great to talk about some of our past ideas, and one of those being
And the failure of them.
is that
Absolute.
we
trash.
had the bright idea
I'll be
of
okay.
doing. Right, you laugh, but it was a good idea at the time. It was not a good idea at the time. I was lying.
We filmed them thinking they were a good idea.
We wanted to do bits in between our.
They were great ideas.
Yeah. Anyway, we wanted to do bits in between our segments, and so I thought, why not go back and watch some of those bits? Now, we deleted the videos out of pure embarrassment, but we saved the first podcast, so you're gonna see like a few seconds of each of those. But we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch the first one right now.
Porque no los dos.
This topic is Clown Town.
Clown Town.
Isn't that what it's called?
No, I think it's properly.
This was the
pronounced.
Joker.
I
one,
thought
by
we
the
didn't
way.
want to talk
Joker?
about politics. Oh, Joker.
I'm telling you,
Oh.
not you, Ray.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
wait,
down.
wait. Doesn't that
Yeah,
mean
the
we're talking
balloons.
about
No, Joke. No,
wait,
Nick
wait,
was
wait.
saying Clown Town. I was thinking of politics.
These are fake politics. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
fake politics. are
I
okay.
just
So
rewinded
Elijah,
it
give us a
That's
little
when we look
rundown
the
of
most
what
like a
you
podcast.
thought. of
Wait,
Joker.
spoiler free.
Okay, so
Yeah,
watching
spoiler.
this bit or not?
Wait, we're doing spoilers.
for like 10
What an idiot.
wrong time?
What a dumb
Freeze frame.
idiot.
Now we got to do that all over again, Nicholas.
No, we just.
224. I went to 224.
Is that the end of the bit?
No, that's the beginning.
Listen, you Will Dykelberry. Get it right.
You were definitely at the
recording.
end.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Red dot.
Yeah, we're recording. Anyway, so
I
here's
can
the
run for
bit.
president
Here's
now.
the bit.
Look at
What's
my
up, guys?
hand.
We're the
Don't talk
Babes.
to me.
These are our mouths. And today we're going to film Will It Bounce, starring Orange Fanta. So let's see if it'll bounce.
Shut up, dude. Look at your thighs
Oh,
up there. You
look
look
at
like a
him.
chicken. So I hit my foot and I couldn't even jump.
All right.
Those are so bad.
So let's talk about it.
You could take the headphone off now.
So yeah.
Okay.
So the whole premise of that of the
Can I
idea-
explain Will It Bounce?
Well,
I liked Will It Bounce.
first off, we should say this was before we even knew Anthony was going to be in this thing. This was when Elijah was supposed to be in every week, but school kind of blows.
and all those women.
That's true.
You know?
He's got a lot of them, dude.
he does.
I have
So
one.
Nathan,
Sure.
can you
I'm glad you're
explain?
doing it for the camera.
Nathan, can you explain the premise of Will It Bounce?
Okay, Will It Bounce was supposed to be a satirical take on like stupid challenges that these YouTubers do now, where they'll like throw something at the window and it's like, will it break the window?
We were making fun of Dude Perfect mostly.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it, but
Yeah,
yeah, basically.
I'll say it.
So Will It Bounce is supposed to be this stupid thing where we throw something off the roof, and in this case it was Orange Fountain, because I can't talk usually. And if it bounces, we freak out and overreact like how the guys in Dude Perfect do.
And if it doesn't, they legit stare at it at the floor and just
Yeah. So in this case, it bounced, so we freaked out. I'd hurt my foot, so I couldn't jump.
delayed reaction, by the way.
That was the point, though. It was
Right.
supposed to look scripted.
Right, I'm just pointing that.
But when we rewatched it, we said, "Oh my gosh, this is so cringy." So we put it in the first episode, our Joker one.
The one because we didn't post any of the bits. So this
Are you
was
sure?
we filmed a full
yeah.
hour long or
Oh.
like 45-minute long episode.
We ended up cutting that part though, and it was out of sadness that my idea flopped so badly. And I'm sure people would have got humor out of it, but it was not worth it.
No.
Maybe if we did like higher production stuff and put effects and stuff in.
No, there's one more Will It Bounce actually, and you'll see that one's much worse. Like
Yeah, no, we're not
Oh,
starting
yeah.
with the worst one.
I
No
remember
way.
that one.
yeah, no. So
Are we
let's go to
double-
the next one.
little
Are we double
cuties.
cupping it?
We're double
Will
buffing
It Bounce was my child in it.
Um,
Got
That is
dropped
the-
off at the
I'm
fire
gonna tell you right
station.
now, this is not a bit. This is some behind the scenes of me trying to film a bit, and we
Is this
just
a
couldn't do it.
skateboard one?
No, you don't spoil it. So I'm gonna play it right now.
Ray's going to look it up. Why does it matter?
Ray's gonna look
Because I'm just saying, like, out of 9 states.
What
Wait,
was?
do you hear that?
That's
Did I put the wrong time?
That's actually my
Timestamps, right.
Uber
Dude,
driver.
I
heating up
did-
my Lamborghini for me.
Gosh.
That's the Confederate flag guy. Please don't.
Oh, it's
Forgot
I
what
did
you
put the wrong
Yeah.
time.
You're the one in high
That's
school.
too far.
You explain
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's.
We're looking at a Confederate flag.
Okay, right. It happens at
and that
1629.
How does that make
I'll
you
count
feel?
you down because you're gonna cut all this.
Do you feel inspired by
Dude,
it?
I even made sure I was like, I rechecked the times.
Time.
Wait, don't answer that. Let's just.
So what is the title of this? Like,
Three.
read that out loud.
2.
3, 1.
Georgia high school teacher on leave after
You're
telling
stupid.
your
Is that
class.
is that like 1429? No, you
Stereo.
Nathan.
go forward a little bit.
If you see the movie, just skip the last.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Why would
Dude,
you
where
go
is
back? It's right there.
Nicholas.
Origin story.
1530.
9 out of 10 doctors would recommend it.
Okay, 1530, right?
This is not.
No, I know.
Nicholas, no!
I love the distant screaming.
Don't do it.
So let's talk about our next subject, Elijah.
So
He was saying no, don't do it because he thought you were gonna throw it over the gate.
He
Over
did,
the
he
gate
did.
is literally
So-
an airport, so he was gonna have to hop this tall gate.
so we had the idea of a bit where
It was an ongoing bit, though.
yeah, they would teach me stuff. So the first episode was gonna be teaching Nick how to skateboard, and
Which was a success.
Because you fell flat on your
I mean,
butt.
the videos of like the dudes where they eat it, I pretty much did that pretty hard, and
Hilarious.
yeah, so I literally laid there in the grass, and I was like, dude, I can't do this. I'm not doing this anymore. This bit blows, and yeah, and then this whole Murray, you are not the father scene happened, and it was great.
But we were filming another bit at the time where Anthony's playing basketball against my my nephew Jeremiah, and Anthony was gonna pack him, and it's just be a really quick 5-second thing, like just bah, Anthony's bullying this kid. But as we're doing it, you just hear this thud, and we all look over at Nicholas, and he's like, ah, laying on the floor.
The neighborhood kids were making fun of me,
And Elijah was trying to tell him to like, oh yeah, that's true. Elijah was trying to hand him the skateboard back, and that's where we started with this video. So
yeah, it was
super funny.
you know, I don't think all these bits landed, but that one was.
That one was pretty
Do you got the timestamp right for the first time?
I'm making sure. Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, you know which one's coming up, Anthony.
Oh,
The barrel line. This was another bit
like.
that me and Anthony filmed. Elijah was there, but I don't think he was in the filming of it.
He was in the car, I think.
He was in the car. All right, and I'm
No,
gonna
I was with
play
Ray.
the
Not in the
video
I was with Ray.
at 24:25 now.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
it's not
only
about
in-
what we're doing. It's about what they're doing.
They need to do so.
Yeah.
Boomers, it's your turn.
It's your turn to take less money.
It's right. Hey, check this one out. Oh, come on, lady. You ready for this one? Come on, lady. Oh, you didn't even stop. Didn't even stop.
Nice.
That's how we do it.
Hey, you really took that stop
Oh
sign.
my gosh, dude, that video hurts me.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Speaking of bad,
I like that one. I wasn't there for it, but
that was the idea of a bit where we were gonna do what was it called? Kind of Bad Boys.
Kind of bad boys.
Kind of Bad Boys, where we break really minimalistic laws. So, in that one, you saw me running a stop sign, or California stopping a stop sign.
And
It-
we are in California.
The best part is I don't know why, but me and Anthony, for some reason, when we were driving around, kept doing parallel like that's all we kept saying, and doing these really like dumb like Mexican gangster accents.
Now, when he does it, it's racist because he doesn't actually know Spanish. He's
okay,
he's
okay, ahora
he's
mi man es muy blanco.
Anthony
Mi hombre
es
es muy
muy
blanco.
guapo.
muy.
Ew.
Muy feo, maybe.
You're muy gay.
Anyway, I remember when we were filming
him.
this because this is like a couple streets down from the place we film, the alleyway. And it sucked because Ray had to get out of the car to film it, that one thing. And I think it was twice where I tried to do it and some car was there and I couldn't do it, because I'm not about to blast some dude. And the neighbors were watching us because they're like, this car keeps driving. I think we drove in a circle like
And we
what,
had
5
hoods
times.
on.
Yeah, we had hoods on. We have the windows down. I'm like
Sus.
screaming out the window, and the neighbors are looking at us like, "Yo, this man is crazy."
It was a good time.
Nathan, you good?
Nathan, whenever you're ready to come back into the episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
we're here
It
for
was
you.
the joke that you killed me.
No, why would we kill
I was
you?
also looking at Twitter.
We only kill Elijah. I
Okay.
wish we would have done that.
Oh, we did.
Now
We're
there's,
bringing him back.
like I said,
You
there's
already
one
brought me
more.
back.
There's one more of Will I Bounce, and this is the one that
I
broke
hate this
so
one, dude. I don't
bad.
want to.
This is the one that broke the straw on the camel's back. This is made us go, we are not doing these bits because they are straight garbage.
God awful.
I can hear it either way. I don't know if I want to hear it.
What is going on here? We're like,
It doesn't matter. Just
mean
put them
that's
next
it?
to your ears.
hey,
Flip it upside
and
down.
we are going to play it right now.
You guys were married?
Hey, Sweet Home Alabama. All right, next topic. What's up? Hey guys, Will It Bounce Cutie Edition. No, not really. It's not a bounce. Oh, car.
Thanks for watching.
So
Where's the rest of it? Oh.
We didn't.
that's
put
for
that in.
our eyes only. Yeah, that's an actual thing we did.
Nicholas, you look like a middle school coach.
I'm
in that video.
coach.
Car.
Car. Watch out, guys! It's a car.
So Nathan, explain like where was our energy in that one? What happened?
So the idea was the cuties fall, they don't bounce, and we're not supposed to have energy because they didn't bounce.
Right.
But
It just looked like we didn't care.
because we filmed these back to back, the Fanta and then the cuties.
Which is why we're in the exact same thing.
But it made sense, like, Fanta bounces. Yeah, let's go. Actually, I think we did the cuties first. So the cuties bounce, and we're like, mm-mm. And then the Fanta bounces, and we're like, let's go, because we wanted to be polar opposites. But the problem is, they're so far apart in the video that you completely forget about the Fanta one, other than the fact that it bounced. And so you see this one, and you're just like,
Okay.
wow, my 6-year-old daughter could have done better than that. So
And then we have the cliffhanger car,
Yeah.
and it cuts.
we did all three did get hit by a car though.
Yeah.
That is true story.
We're dead.
By Yoda in his 2001 Honda Civic.
Yoda has a 2001 Honda Civic.
Yeah, he runs over.
Oh.
What type of fever dreams are you
Reddit,
having?
Reddit jokes.
Oh, that's somewhere to go.
It turns out my parents got home. So we had to explain why we were throwing, what was it, like 8 cuties off the roof.
they were like pretty bad though at this point. So
Yeah.
they were cool with it.
Yeah, it wasn't a waste.
They said as long as you ain't throwing any of the real cuties, meaning us, off the roof.
And then we have some like other footage of like some random parts around those, but the one that I have no video of anywhere, I don't know if Ray has it, is Elijah's wiping incident.
Oh my
Oh, I forgot.
There's
about
no
that.
video of this, but
So
Oh, dude, that
the
was
thing
so
was
good.
So this is the idea.
That was. I
Um,
think that was the only really, really good one.
That
we
was the
did.
only one where we felt proud of it, but it was still like
It was disgusting.
So the idea is we're in this room planning out the next podcast, and Elijah opens the door in the bathroom, which is where he was being held captive, and he goes, "Yo, why didn't you tell me there's no toilet paper?" And we go, "No, it's right next to the sink." And he's like, "I used my hand." And we literally dipped his hand in a peanut butter jar, and he holds his hand up. It was disgusting.
Chunky
yeah,
peanut
and then
butter.
the camera like zoomed in on it, and we were just like, and then it cut.
Yeah,
But we don't know whatever happened
now
to it.
the crazy part was, you were really excited to do it,
Because I thought it was hilarious.
like way too excited.
What's weird is we opened a brand new jar of peanut butter, and he had a lot more peanut butter on his hand than he did that came from the jar.
Yeah.
What's happening?
So
Let me see.
again, that was the only one where it was like, these are kind of funny, but nothing was good enough to put out.
Sad day.
You know, and Ray was no help.
Imagine making bits worse than the podcast. I thought it was a struggle too, but we did.
We did.
We did. We managed
really
it.
did. So, and those are the first time anyone's seeing those besides us.
Do we still have the original dry runs that we did when we first started doing the podcast?
Do we?
Yeah, I think they're on that Google.
We're never
Drive.
showing those.
I don't think we should ever
We're
show
never.
those. But
We'll show them if we ever get 100 subs. We'll show you like a couple clips.
Homage
We'll
to
show you
the beginning of
screenshots
the
because the
podcast.
room and our whole setup and Nicholas's
It was just so bad.
vibe is just so different.
And Nathan's mind control tech. Military
Oh,
mind control.
no.
Yeah, exactly. Ray, you better
Oh,
shut up.
that was in one of the dry
Yeah,
runs.
that
Yes.
that was an insane episode.
What a
Yeah.
topic.
All right. So, I think since it's the end of 2019, we should talk about the worst movie of 2019.
Worst.
Maybe not the worst.
Did you see Cats?
That definitely probably was the worst movie of 2019. No, we're talking about the latest installment in the Skywalker trilogy, or
With-
the last Skywalker.
With the
saga.
only guy in the world who hasn't seen it, Anthony.
I don't know. I feel like there's people in the world that haven't seen him. He's not special.
Yeah, kind
He is special. Let's be honest.
This is a guy who ain't even in the podcast.
Just say Anthony's helmet's laying over here.
Wow.
His
Got it.
his Skywalker helmet, the TIE fighter helmet.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a huge Star Wars
Yeah,
fan.
X-wing fan.
Never seen Star Wars.
So basically,
So
this movie was probably the
This
worst.
is all spoilers, right?
This
Yeah.
is all spoilers.
Because he's not going to
So,
see it anyway. So if you haven't seen it by now, that's your fault. Go watch it.
Spoiler alert. Do not watch past this point
From
if
these
you haven't watched the movie yet.
A-list member. You're not doing the A. A-list members only past this point. You've been warned.
did I get the blood right? Right.
The blood?
Just
no,
edit
no.
it if it
Stop.
Whoa, hey, hey.
So basically, this was a horrible conclusion to the Skywalker saga, in my personal opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it wasn't an entertaining movie.
I agree.
It was or wasn't.
I wouldn't say it wasn't. I say
So
that
it wasn't entertaining. Mostly entertaining.
mostly entertaining.
Because saying wasn't, wouldn't, wasn't.
Yeah,
It's a
you
double
really
negative.
confused me.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I would
So
say the entire
it was-
series of Star Wars is just not appealing.
Oh,
You mean the ones you haven't seen?
that is true.
Okay. All right. Making sure.
No, this movie really struggled to be good.
Which we all expected.
Mostly because, cut. Sorry, you threw me off. Mostly because I think episode 8 was so bad that it was the idea of that it's very difficult for us to make a coherent story at this point,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they just tried to throw in too much of like
Everything.
callbacks,
Yeah.
new stuff, and stuff that just doesn't feel like Star Wars. It was insane.
Oh yeah, and if you didn't know, Princess Leia was a Jedi the whole time.
What?
Yeah, I hated that. That was
You did?
I.
You really think so?
I really
He's
did not like
intimidated
that.
by strong women.
See, that was the
Nicholas.
only. That was one of the big only parts that didn't bother me because they say that in episode 6.
Didn't
Like
they?
that.
No,
Yeah, that they're
they
gonna
say
train
you
Leia.
too will one day, or something along like.
Yeah, like I
But
expected him to train.
They
Leia.
didn't.
But they didn't
outright
show it at all.
train her. Like that. That wasn't like, hey, you're gonna train with me and you're gonna become a Jedi Master.
She's more of a pacifist than anything like as a Jedi was. But
yeah.
it's
If
still,
they would have just said in episodes 8 or 7, right?
Yeah, but
they would
the-
have said, "I gave up
that-
being a Jedi a long time ago."
That's-
You'd have been like, "Oh my gosh, Princess Leia was a Jedi? What?"
That's what I didn't like about it the most. Not that it didn't comply to the original trilogy. It's just that they didn't say anything. Like
The way they
not even
implemented it.
not even a call to it at all throughout the first two movies.
Whoa,
7 and 8.
whoa. Number 8, she used the Force.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Oh, that's out of frame.
Yeah. I don't know. I think her character is fine. It's just the part that sucks is that you look at episode 7, 8, and 9, and you go, we have Kylo Ren who has a story, and we have Rey who has a story. We threw away Finn's story in episode 7. We threw away Poe's story. We threw away every other character's story in this thing. So what does every other character do in episode 9? Absolutely nothing.
Pretty much.
It's insane. Kylo goes on his own little adventure to become a good guy again, which
Well,
to
first,
be
very
fair,
weird.
first he goes to kill
Uh,
Palpatine.
to be fair, in the original trilogy, the only person who has a story is Luke Skywalker, like individually, and then here's this other group.
well, and that's what
And
people
here's
say
what they're
about
doing.
episode 6, Return of the Jedi, is Han and Leia don't have a story.
They don't.
And that's the big criticism. And you can still bring this up as a criticism. I'm not saying that makes it
Okay,
worse
whatever.
or less. I'm
Fine.
just saying
Just make it sure.
that's an issue with me.
You sound hurt. You okay?
It's just like Rey has her thing where she has to decide if she's going to join the light or darkness, which is they try to make this huge struggle for her, and she's always been against the darkness. Like you've seen it since clearly episode 7. Why would she just randomly join the darkness? At least with Luke, like Luke didn't understand anything.
And with Anakin, it was a conscious decision. Like,
Yeah.
I'm only joining the darkness to save somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And that little,
Reyes was like,
that
I
little-
don't have a choice. It's going to happen eventually.
That little clip that they threw
That
in
should
the
be a voice
trailer,
actor.
the vision of herself with the Darth Maul X.
yeah, that was weird.
That was really
the
weird. They
fangs?
know, yeah. No, that wasn't in the trailer, but that they threw that in the trailer, and it's like that had almost nothing to do with the major overall.
It didn't matter at
story.
all.
It didn't matter at all.
If
in the
anything,
movie.
it just was just like, yeah, we know she's struggling with the dark side. We got
people,
it.
yeah, people
You
were
nailed it.
freaking out over it. They were like, "Oh, like what's gonna happen?" Is
Yeah,
she
because
gonna-
in the trailer, it was a big deal.
yeah,
It could have
I-
worked better for me, honestly, is if in episode, because again they waste Luke's character in episode 8. He's in this for how many minutes long? And one of the really fascinating things about the movies is to see like, I know they're not doing it, but it feels like some of these things they're looking at episode 8 and they're going, "We fixed it."
They are. No, when he
Like-
lifts the X-Wing out of the water,
When he lifts the
they
X-Wing.
only did that because episode 8 was
Or-
such trash.
When Rey she burns her she stole a TIE fighter, she burns it, throws her lightsaber at the burned TIE fighter, and the ghost of Luke grabs it and literally says, "You can't just throw away something this valuable." And it's pretty much him looking almost directly at the camera. And I just like to think that was J.J. Abrams' way of looking at Rian Johnson going, "You're an idiot." Like, you've
Oh, I
ruined
didn't
this.
even realize that, but you're right. Because
Yeah.
in episode 8, he just tosses it immediately.
Yeah, and there's a few times in this, like you see when they first go to the Sith planet, because I don't know, the name's way too complicated.
Aragon.
Exegol.
Yeah,
Oh,
Aragon,
Exegol. Perfect.
Exegol. Thank you. You see the little container with the Snoke clones,
Oh yeah.
and that was J.J. Abrams' way of saying like, we can't make Snoke big and powerful because like, here he is, he's just clones of Palpatine, and Palpatine's a clone of Palpatine for some reason.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait, how's he? What do you mean, clone of Palpatine?
Palpatine's just a clone.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Not the original one. Not the claw machine Palpatine.
Okay, so how I took it and how, because I was confused about that too. So the main consensus right now is that the Palpatine we know died on the Death Star. This is just like a backup version, because you know how he says the Sith lived through him? That is the original Palpatine. And that is what pure darkness, or pure, like, Sith looks like, in a sense.
So it's more of like
So
a,
in episode...
a vision.
So in episode 3, when he looks like normal Chancellor Palpatine, and then he gets the lightning struck out, it's kind of them. It's kind of the way of them revealing, like getting rid of the Sith cloak, because that's what the Sith look like, and that is a clone of Emperor Palpatine. But this Palpatine on Exegol
Yeah.
has always been there, which is why his hands are
Oh.
like crumbling.
That's cool, I guess.
Which it helps a little bit for me, because at the beginning of this movie they go, Palpatine, rumors of Palpatine, like he's back, and it's like, but how? How? It doesn't make sense.
No, that
And then
really
when
does
you
clear
take
up some
that way in
stuff,
there,
though.
it helps, but they never say that. Like it's never.
Yeah. How
clarified.
likely is it that they actually?
I
came
had
up
to
with
go
something
look up-
that interesting.
I had to go look up stuff about it, and it's not even.
Do you think that was the real question? Is do you think that was actually their intent?
I think someone thought of it as like a backup idea, but I don't think that was their original idea.
I think they just said, yeah, this is the same Palpatine as on the Death Star.
I think they did too,
Yeah.
and I think they said we
And
need
then
a villain.
somebody questioned it, and they're just like, well, we said they could clone, so actually it was this, because it doesn't matter technically. Like, it's just more plausible, probably.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of issues like with this movie where it doesn't like the timeline either moves too slow in the other movies and it doesn't show anything, or it's too fast and you're just like, I can't keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, like there's too much news happening and not enough reaction to it. Like when Palpatine's back and everybody's like, let's go get him, I guess. Like, I would be fearful. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, some guy who's
Yeah,
supposed to die
that's
35 years ago is all of a sudden just back.
They didn't really have much reaction to it. They were just like,
Yeah.
Palpatine's back.
Yeah, and then it was
What?
sorry, it was when Leia died. Chewie gets back and he's throwing a fit because he's crying because he's this is like one of his last friends who died, and it's just like everyone's sitting there like he doesn't want comfort. He just wants
because if you think about
more-
it, there's no way Chewie has known these other guys for more than, I mean, to be generous, 2 years.
2-3 years.
And that's being generous.
Yeah, so when Leia dies, he's doing all that right, and then all of a sudden in the next scene, it's Maz Kanata. Here, Leia wanted to give this to you. It's a medal, and then they go, "I kid you not." Some dude walks up to some random dude walks up. Well, it's the dude from Lost. Some dude walks up to him and goes, "Hey, buddy, we need you," and Chewie's just gonna go fly the Falcon, and it is, excuse me,
Like,
my man just died. He's lost all his friends. It's when C-3PO loses his memories because he doesn't actually. No one cares.
but it's not like Chewie likes C-3PO anyway, so it's not like you can consider him like a close friend either. So yeah, he legitimately loses all of his close friends.
But as us as the audience, like when C-3PO loses his memory, that's him technically dying.
yeah, you're right.
Like I care about that.
No, I'm saying in the sense of Chewie though. Like I cared when C-3PO died.
Yeah.
That was the most emotional part of the movie. You serious?
Yeah, and then you just have like all these new characters that they introduce, but they don't matter. Like you have what is her name? Zora?
Oh, the one on the
I thought it was like Sierra or
planet that
something
blew
like
up?
that.
Yeah,
With the
Pose-
helmet, the gold
Pose-
helmet.
Old Flame.
right? She doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's literally there just to give him a plot device. You have the horse lady.
Horse
She's
lady?
there to give him horses.
Well,
They-
she was also an ex.
They literally ride the horses.
Oh, you're talking about the
Ex-
stormtrooper lady.
yeah.
Yeah, the ex-stormtrooper, the one who went rogue. Babu Freak is not a character. He's actually
You talking about the little worm thing? No.
he's a cool character, but he doesn't do anything.
I like they didn't include him. It made it feel more like Star Wars with him in it.
It did. It wasn't a bad inclusion, but it just didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't a character that was impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have
Dotto.
Dio.
Dio. Whatever his name is. I hate that robot.
Yeah, he's weird. Like it
Wait,
just
which one was?
Rip off of the
The
Pixar
little one.
lamp. Is all he
Oh
used.
yeah, the one that could
like
talk.
that droid is literally
Like,
there
actually-
just because they get stuck in the movie somehow, and that droid is just there.
No, Kylo destroys the Sith Wayfinder
Yeah.
after Rey finds it, and they're like, "We can't get to Aragon," and then Dio's just like, "I can take you there. I know how to get." But in a Dio voice, "I can take you there. I know how to get there."
No,
Oh,
he
the
said-
planet. Yeah.
Said the planet.
Exegol. I can't remember.
Yeah.
that.
Like, so what were you saying? What do you think, Anthony, about that part?
I mean, honestly, I really liked it. But when they do the pew pew and
What'd you think
she
about the
gets
color
saber-
choices of R2D2's eyes or C-3PO's eyes?
C-3PO when it goes red.
Kind of maroonish, but yeah, close enough. You like that?
I did.
Yeah.
I dug it.
You remember when we watched that trailer? I think
Yeah.
you were there to watch it with us.
Yeah.
It actually only happens for like 5 seconds.
Really?
That scene you see in the trailer, that's it.
They make it seem like it's gonna be this huge thing, and obviously, I know everything about Star Wars.
Right. Yeah.
I swore my man was gonna like turn to the dark side.
Just double
He
lightsaber.
should have, dude.
Like homie
It
was
should
about
have been Rey having to make the decision of killing C-3PO because it would have been so emotional.
Or Darth Jar Jar.
but it wouldn't have been the
So what was the
C-3PO we
concept
knew
behind
anyway.
it?
It was literally just that was
he
when
forgot
he
his
got
memory.
He had to read something. So he had a dagger that had.
He had to read the
ancient
Sith language.
So it had ancient Sith language on it, right? And his
I know what that means.
Yeah, his manufacturer protocol basically says you cannot read this.
You can't translate it.
Like you cannot translate it. Like, well, he could read it.
Oh,
Like,
and so it was telling him like
No.
you can't-
So he goes. They go to this planet. That's the whole point. They have to go to some planet to get some guy to go past that protocol.
Oh.
And as soon as he does that, his eyes go red just to read that part. And then
And he's like,
yeah, he has a deep voice like, "You must go to this planet," and it's like,
Jesus.
yeah, it's.
but then he
stupid.
snaps
On it.
back and he's normal C-3PO, just his memory's wiped now.
Yeah.
And then later he ends up getting his memory back.
And,
And R2D2 backs it all up.
If I could say the biggest flaw for the movie for me was that Disney, in all of these movies, are too afraid to kill off characters.
they're too afraid to take risks.
But when they do kill them off, it doesn't work.
yeah.
You look at this movie. We're going to talk about this movie clearly. There is a Chewbacca fake death scene, and I was sitting in the theater, and I was like, when they did this, because you don't know, you go, oh my gosh, they killed Chewbacca. It is not a happy death. It is not a
Like an honorable death.
It is not something where you get to go one last look at Chewbacca. He gets on a prison transport and then he gets blown up with like force lightning,
Well,
and
what
you don't
think,
see it.
at least.
Yeah, what you think, and then literally a minute later, they tell you Chewbacca's alive. He was on a different ship,
I didn't mind that, but I thought somebody was gonna die later.
and then it comes
But
into
they
later.
just never.
Kylo Ren gets stabbed with a lightsaber, and I was like, "You just killed Kylo Ren 3/4 of the way through your movie. You've got me back, Disney. Like, this is the way to get me back, is to do something so crazy, because your movies suck. You have to do something insanely crazy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to care, because there's no risk. I don't feel invested in these characters all. And then Rey gets
Force
the
heal.
force heal power. Never seen this before, but that's happened in a bunch of Star Wars things, so I'm not too worried about it. But it's just like,
You wouldn't
Dude.
understand. You don't have the power of the Force, okay?
no, it's
Only I do.
but it's more of the idea of like, dude, kill someone. Let me have this, Disney.
Bro,
I
you
want
wanna
to be sad for a minute.
I want to know what the limits are. Like, let's say she just swung around and decapitated Kylo Ren. Can she just like put his head back on his neck and be like force heal, and then it's, oh, I'm back. You know what I mean? Or just if it's like once you're dead, you're dead.
I'm sure it's a pretty like safe thing. Well,
Pretty
no, because she
generous
brought
thing.
because Kylo dies, and she brings him back. Because
Yeah.
at the end, Kylo sacrifices himself
No.
to save Rey.
Rey was the one that died.
Ray or Kylo.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
Ray
right.
dies and Kylo brings her back.
You're right. And then Kylo just disappears. But I don't care about that death.
Because he turns into a ghost, so you know he's not actually dead.
Yeah, you know he's not actually dead.
And what's the point now? The Sith is defeated, so like, what are him and Ray gonna run off into the sunset?
Yeah.
like
And sure, you
I don't
have,
care.
Oh yeah, that little fling at the end too.
That was
Came
sweet.
out of nowhere.
especially with the lady, like, what's your name? Like, I have no idea who this lady is.
Yeah.
This could have been anything. This could have been Jabba the Hutt sitting there, and I would have known better. But you look at Star Wars, and they're able to kill off so many characters, like in X-wing battles and space battles. It's like, dude, I don't care about those characters' deaths. Stop showing me people dying. Like, it doesn't work for me. But show me like main characters actually having to struggle. Because there's a scene in the movie where they go on a Star Destroyer, and I kid you not. You remember the original one, Ray? Episode 4? So I watched a comparison. So when they get on the Millennium Falcon and then get to Princess Leia thing, it takes like 12 minutes. And they're sneaking around. They have to get outfits. They're not shooting anyone until they have to. This movie, in 30 seconds, literally is running and gunning. I mean, they are...
Like he's jumping over people as he's shooting them.
And meanwhile, no one on the ship is aware of this. They're just gunning guys down, and in 30 seconds, they got to where they need to go.
Have you seen that video, by the way, on the Finn paradox?
No.
So this video establishes two things. It says all stormtroopers are black because you never see another one other than Finn.
And that other chick.
Well, yeah. So that other chick. Well, they all are. This is before this
We
movie.
see Phasma.
This is before the episode 8 came out, though.
You see her eye. You see like a part of her face in episode 8 when she gets bashed.
This is before episode 8 came out, though.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of the theory is obviously gone, right? But here's the problem. Like, here's the biggest part of the theory, or I guess the paradox, is Finn doesn't actually, he's selfish, because he doesn't actually care about what's right. Because, you know, Star Wars tries to make it like, we're killing these people, and so I'm going to defect, and I'm going to go join the resistance. It's not true. Because if he cared about saving people, he wouldn't be gunning stormtroopers down, the people he's grown up with his entire life, and cheering and being happy every single time they get out of the situation. Like he should be having these like struggles to do this, because he knows like there are people just like him, and maybe they don't know that they can get out.
So frustrating.
But
to see.
Finn is such a badly written character, and it's not on like John Boyega's fault. Like he's following the script. But Star Wars just does not have any clue, or the writers of Star Wars do not have any clue on like human perception of each other.
It's so sad to see how hard they threw these characters away.
They're just
short.
not good characters. Like, oh, I hate this movie. Like the fact that Rey doesn't, in all these movies, doesn't understand how much Finn cares about her. The fact that, I mean, the best character in the movie, like me and you said, was Poe, because he's the most consistent.
Poe or Kylo. Kylo is by far the best character in this, but like
Yeah.
on the actual like characters you care about or you want to win, Poe is the only one that matters, because all his goal is to win.
Yeah.
They don't have any other. He doesn't have any other side thing. It's just I want to win.
And it's
this
not
war.
some ridiculous struggle like in the last movie they introduced the love interest, but he doesn't give up his main objective because of the love interest. He's not like, I can't stay with the rebellion. I need to go after the woman I love. Like he's like, no, we're gonna go blow up some stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And he might be a hothead, but in reality, like he keeps the same idea throughout the entire movie with Finn and Rey and I don't know who's the last like big character.
Oh, Rose.
Well, Rose doesn't matter. I don't like Rose anyway.
She was barely in this movie.
But with Finn and Rey, like their characters are so badly written and the way they interact with each other and the other people around them that it just makes you go like, why would they do that? Like it doesn't make any sense. Like perfect example. Finn wakes up on the ship in episode 8 and he's covered in that healing thing, right? And he's got the water bags all over him. Like, so one, yes, he'd be super confused, right? But if anybody was in that situation, they wouldn't get up from the bed and wander around the ship. And the first person they make contact with, like, first of all, nobody stops him or anything from the whole walking around the whole ship. The first person he makes contact with is Poe. And Poe goes, oh, Finn, I don't remember what he says exactly. But he immediately goes, where's Rey? And that's it. And in reality, like, no human being is going to react like that. Nobody.
Definitely not like that.
Like, it is the most outlandish thing. Like, and here's the thing. If the difference would be if him and Rey ended up, like, being together somehow, right? It'd have been like, he cared about her the entire time. He was focused on her the entire time. This, and that. And then they got together. But he's literally like, where's Rey? Where's Rey? We got to protect Rey. Come on, guys. Rey needs our help. And at the very end, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. So that's the thing about Finn. I think he's a really selfish character. And the way they wrote him, it's not his fault, like I said, but the way they wrote him is atrocious.
Yeah. So, Elijah, do you think there were any pros to this movie? Like, do you have anything that would go, yeah, this helped the movie a lot? Because we've talked a lot of trash about this movie.
Not light speed skipping.
You've
think
talked
the
a whole episode worth.
Yeah, we've talked quite a lot of trash.
I think the only thing I laughed at in this entire movie was when Palpatine started to take out the ships above Exegol, and he raises his hands, and he literally just goes, die.
I highly disagree.
That's the only thing I laughed
I
at.
actually think some
Because
of
it reminded me of the deep fried videos.
Yes.
Where it goes,
I actually think the best thing about this is
That's the only
the
thing
actual
I hate
worlds.
about that.
Like the worlds are cool to look at. The background things are cool to
The
look at.
cinematography has always been the
The
best thing about these.
cinematography is really
Yeah,
good.
100%.
And I guess the battles. The battles are cool to fun and fun.
Actually,
to
I
watch.
talked to Raymond about this. The problem with these last 3 movies, though, is the choice of cinematography when it comes to the battles. Like, when you look at episode 3, when Obi-Wan and Anakin are fighting on Mustafar, right? Mm-hmm. It's this really far out shot, and you can see them fighting. Like, it's not quick cuts here, quick cut here. We're going to pan across the whole entire thing. This movie, there's too many, like, stylistic choices where the camera isn't zoomed out enough to where you can't actually, like, enjoy the battle for what it is.
Right.
Like, it's not one of those things where, like, the camera arches over them so you get a above head shot, and then it does a whole, like, spin around them, right? It's literally like, here's our faces, here's our elbows, now I'm spinning, now I'm backflipping, now we're also in here. You know what I mean? Like, it's 15 different cameras at the same time. That's the only blame I have for the cinematography. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they made great choices.
So, start with Anthony. Would you recommend this movie? What's the score? Out of 10.
Probably like a 3 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, I feel that. Nathan?
Like a 6.5, maybe 7.
Excuse you.
You're a critic, though.
I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10.
I'd give it around a 6.5 at the most. It has some cool things, but the story is so trash.
You know what the problem is? The fanship of Star Wars and the fan base of Star Wars are so dedicated, and there are so many of them that we can get good stories out of Star Wars. Yeah. Like, whether it's through the fans or like one fan or a collaboration of them, right? That when a movie comes out, like 7, 8, and 9, and it's just not to the standard that even fans can make, who don't have billion-dollar studios behind them, right? Who don't have the ability to fly to the Mojave Desert and put a TIE fighter in the sand and film all around that. Mm-hmm. Like, they're doing this in their backyard with homemade stormtrooper costumes, and they can make a more compelling story than this. It's just disappointing. It's just not, like, fun after that. It's almost like, when do you cut out big Hollywood directors? Because maybe that's the problem. Big Hollywood directors, right, that you would normally be like, oh, they're reliable, like they've worked on a ton of high budget stuff, and you go for the risky, like, we're going to get writers and directors that are brand new to the experience, but they're passionate about it, and you can tell that they're passionate about it.
Call me George. I won't do anything. I just want you to call me George.
To literally call him
Maybe
by the name
you-
of
dude,
George.
Yeah.
You know, like, usually you audition to act in the movie. Dude, we're gonna start having writer auditions, dude. Are you serious? We're gonna be like, you're on this planet, here's the weapons you have, write a story about it. And they're gonna be like, well, what's the monster fighting? You're like, write the story.
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, legit. And they're gonna be like, remember like the old tests in high school? Well, I lied, you're still in high school. Remember like the tests, though, what are they called? Timed rights, where you have an hour.
Oh, I hate
And they're
those.
like, write a compelling argument on why seatbelts should be allowed. You have 1 hour, go. And you're just like, well, I'm good at writing, so I never stressed out. But
I hate.
I'm
I
saying,
hate
dude,
those.
maybe that's legitimately the direction we have to go. Because if this next movie is bad, well, maybe it's not gonna be, because they're not compelled to like do anything. They can make a whole new movie.
Wait, this wasn't the last movie?
No, it is for the saga, but they're gonna probably make spin-off movies and stuff, or just like separate Star Wars universe movies.
Please just end the Star Wars.
No,
No.
it's not like the same Star Wars you would know though. Like they might just make
No,
like
yeah.
Knights of
A
the
mo-
Old Republic.
No, not even that. It might just be like the Star Wars universe, but they don't like it interacts with anything that we would know about Star Wars. Like, I'm on this planet in Star Wars. Like, we might what's a random planet in Star Wars?
Tatooine.
No, something that's not relevant though.
Bespin.
Okay, it's not that relevant, but so we'll use Bespin. Like, it could be just some guy on Bespin, and it's a heist movie, and it has nothing to do with Star Wars, but it's in the Star Wars universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally what Fast and Furious is starting to do now.
Yeah, exactly.
Rest in peace.
Rest
Paul
in
Walker.
peace, Fast and Furious.
Paul Walker.
It's been a long day.
Shut up. Now, let's
Without
talk
you,
about
my
a
friend.
real movie. 10 out of 10. We don't need to get anyone else's opinion.
Is it Knives Out?
Threat Level Midnight.
I
Never
the
saw it.
movie.
Directed by Michael Scarn himself.
Never
Really?
saw it.
Wait, which one is Threat Level Midnight?
Michael
I
Scott?
think The Office is overrated.
Oh, I thought we were gonna talk about Knives Out. I was down for that.
Yeah.
Knives Out was
great.
fantastic movie.
I loved Clue.
Did we ever talk about Knives Out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Did we really?
yeah, we did.
You didn't see it yet though. So let's talk about it with Anthony now.
Dang.
Are we
I'm
actually-
We could do
here.
we could do a way quicker one. Yeah.
Dude,
It was
for
good.
Knives Out, I loved Clue. Loved it. Grew up loving
Oh,
Clue.
wait. By
playing
the way, if
Clue.
you guys want a longer video on Star Wars, because this is kind of long, but if you want a longer one, let us know in the comments.
Don't let us know. Dear
Please,
God.
I will.
No,
talk
I meant
for
like a more
hours.
personal one. Like, we can even do
I
one.
probably couldn't
or two
talk for
people.
hours anymore.
Me and Nathan can.
Yeah,
So-
legit.
Very great movie. It's like you expected this to happen. Nope, that's not the case. Which I mean is literally all that, Clue is. And I'm just correlating it to Clue
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it literally mentions it.
it's a
as,
lot like Clue.
In the movie,
The
they
idea of
literally
Clue.
say like this feels like something out of a Clue movie or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like that's literally what it is. But it's such a well written movie, funny at a lot of times.
Yeah, nothing feels forced in that movie.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
really nice.
Because we were talking about Star Wars with Episode 8. Ryan Johnson did Episode 8, and everyone criticized how trashy he is as a director. But he did Knives Out,
And it was a
it's
fantastic movie.
fantastic. So I think it shows that, like,
It's not Ryan Johnson's fault, like, entirely.
sure, we'll say.
Well,
sure.
he can make good movies.
My
at
man
least, right?
wrote a trash script, but with Knives Out was very good. I would say
Very good.
if you haven't seen it, go see it.
Did you guess the ending though?
No, actually, I had a whole different story for what was gonna happen.
Oh, you had
And then
this
it
in your
was
mind, and it
but
ended, and you're like,
I mean,
no,
that was
come
like
on.
at the very beginning, and it was like, oh, this is gonna happen, and then more things started to happen. And I went, oh,
Bro, when they
this
revealed
is
she
happening.
killed them, I was
No.
just like, no way.
When that happened, I legit was like, all right, bro.
So
I have no
you
clue
you
what's going
finally
on
get
now."
used to that, right? You're like, okay, she killed them, right?
We just run out of space, I'm guessing. Yeah.
She says like, they say like, oh yeah, she killed him, and then you're like, wait, the vials were switched, and you're like, so who killed him?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, no, when they said the vials were switched, I was like, oh, he did it on purpose, and he planned this out because this
Yeah,
is the dude
that's
who
what I
writes
thought.
the books, and he knows all this. He planned his own death from this long ago, and it's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
nah,
my
none
man.
of that.
He
My man
said,
dead.
He said, oh shoot, I'm gonna die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ripped it.
Bro, there was multiple times of like, yeah, I know. what's
I don't think we
going on.
spoiled too
Come
much
on,
else
bro.
because I don't know. It's
This
one of those
movie's
movies.
been out for over a month though, so
I'm
Yeah.
giving it a 9 out of 10.
It's
Maybe a
very
9.5
good.
out of
yeah,
10.
Yeah,
probably
9 out of 10.
Yeah. What a
I'd give it a
phenomenal
9 out
movie.
of 10.
Yeah.
really good movie.
Did you see it, Ray? Great movie.
We're having a movie night.
I think we should wrap this up because we're like an hour and 14 minutes into this.
Yeah, probably.
Good lord. We talk too much.
So
It's our 10th episode special.
It
Let's
is
go
our
for
10th
2
episode.
more hours.
Uh,
Every night.
All right.
I gotta go. I'm tired. I'm kind of.
Mouth of Babes, 3-hour special. When we hit episode 11, let's go.
Anyway, please, Elijah, say please.
please.
Follow the Twitter. It's right there. It's right here.
It's right here.
Follow
Here.
something else?
Are we in?
No, we haven't done any of that yet.
but
We can say we're
But
doing
this is
it.
the 10th episode special. This is when we're going to launch it.
so I guess
Follow
we can.
our Instagram.
Yeah,
We're
I
getting
guess
an
we
We're
Instagram.
getting an Instagram! We already have one. We just got to post stuff on
We're
it now.
officially normies now.
Normies.
It's right here. I think it's the same name. Ray will confirm it. Follow this page, of course. Subscribe
Of
to
course, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Press the little bell thing.
Get a little ding.
For
You don't
post notifications.
It's kind of
it.
it's
Leave
kind
a
of
comment. Please leave a comment. We need to know if these are good or not. And you guys suck at telling us if they're trash or not. Well, just tell us.
Yeah,
if they're
dude,
trash.
I
We
get a
know
lot
they're
of
trash.
calls. I'm your #1 fan. Do you even like? Do you even comment?
Probably not.
Wait, do you even
They don't do it.
like?
And
The double like.
should we tell them about the other thing that we're working on?
What's the other thing? The
Here, Ray, cut this part. The website.
Oh, we can. We just
Yeah.
got to get it done.
We'll just tell about like we're working on it. All right. I'll go.
We could tell you guys about the website, but we got to get it done. That's
Yeah,
the only, that's the only
Yeah,
thing.
we are working on a website.
Yeah,
so we're
so-
getting and we're doing like a whole graphic.
You know what
redesign
that
of our
means in the
stuff.
future, though. MERCH. I was gonna spell it like with my finger. That's not worth it. Merch.
Oh, merch! I thought you were trying to spell.
I
mercy.
cannot.
said
I
M-
actually
Hold on,
cannot
pause.
wait
You said
till we get merch.
MERECH.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
merch.
Reach.
What do you think the merch is gonna be spelled
selling
right?
merch?
We're not spell checking nothing.
yeah.
Big things
Sponsor
coming.
us.
Episode 10 is only the beginning.
Nathan, can you say the saying that you say?
This has been the pod mouth of cast babes.
Thank you.
We
Can you
are
try that again? Look at your hand. It's written on your hand.
This has been Nathan's show starring Elijah Anthony Nicholas with special guest Nathan. This has been the Mouth of Babes podcast, episode 10, Chasing the Bag, episode 9. We're the Babes. These are our mouths, all 4 of them. We'll see you next time.
But you won't see Elijah.
We'll see you next
Back in
time
school.
when high school's back in session and we can talk trash about people still taking timed rights and Star Wars and anything else we want to because it's our podcast.
What up?